Although I'm not the biggest F-Zero fan, I wanted to talk about F-Zero 99, which came out on the Switch eShop not too long ago for a fair price, free. But it is an online game, so it does require at least a basic Switch Online subscription to play. The concept of this game is not hard to figure out. You pick a vehicle and race against 98 other online racers at the same time on various tracks from the F-Zero series. There are three major ways to get ahead of the crowd. First of all, racers can simply hit the boost button, but they cannot freely hit the boost button at any point. Pressing the boost takes away from the meter on the top right portion of the screen, and if that becomes empty, the vehicle explodes. Crashing into other cars or the railing can also take away meter life, so it pays to use caution with the boost and only hit it at the appropriate time. There is also a separate yellow meter that goes up when racers collect enough yellow pellets. Once those pellets are collected and the yellow meter fills up, then racers can use the boost button to take them on a skyway and away from all the traffic below. Getting on the skyway above the recovery stretch will let the racer heal the vehicle on the skyway, so don't worry about missing that part. Some racers time the skyway so that they use it to heal their vehicle. In addition, players can do a spinning move to protect themselves in traffic. Otherwise, just race well and maybe there will be less chance of exploding from hitting other racers too much or crashing into the side railings. Players can drift on turns, and more importantly, they need to know how to approach the turns, or what angles to approach them from in order to avoid losing momentum. There is the option to join a single online race, or participate in a special event, which might end up being a series of races where a special cut line exists for each stage. For example, let's say racers might need to finish 80th or better in order to advance to the next race, and then the cut line becomes more severe as it goes on. Sometimes the game also offers team events and pits two colors against each other, and the team with the combined fastest racers overall wins the competition. When the cut line is a certain number and you just barely make it underneath the line, it's a good feeling to progress to the next race. It stinks to enter a special event and get kicked out after the first race. Plus, racers can also practice the tracks on their own without being in a race. I rarely choose this option as I have no aspirations of becoming a wizard at F-Zero, but this can be helpful for those expert players who truly want to memorize each course. The only thing F-Zero 99 lacks is the ability to play with friends only. This might be the only racing game with 99 racers at one time. Also, there's no way to play this game offline against CPU racers. There's no story mode or anything either, but I'm getting greedy. This is a free online racing game. What the game does offer is selected rivals to beat in each race. The rivals are supposed to be close to the player in skill level. If the player beats at least one of the rivals, then the experience points and levels go up more easily. As a side note, there are 4 vehicles to choose from, and I feel that the Fire Stingray is probably the best one out of them. But again, I'm not an expert on this game. For a free game on Switch Online though, the graphics look fine and the music and sound effects are good too. For those who know F-Zero, they will recognize the track themes. Just know that I don't notice anything wrong with the visuals or sound, and that works as a good sign that they serve the game well. Sometimes I do wish the acceleration button was the right trigger button instead of the B button, but that's not a big deal. This free game is a nice treat for those who use Switch Online. They are adding tracks over time, so the game will have a lot of replay value, especially since it's a racing game and those almost never get old. For example, see Mario Kart 8 Deluxe. If you use Switch Online, there is no reason to not download this game, so go give F-Zero 99 a shot. What could go wrong with a free download?